All right, so I want to welcome you all to our real estate webinar, How to Drive Online Marketing Results and Win with Constant Contact. Let's go ahead and dive in. When it comes to your work, online marketing is really important to your success. However, I know that many of you find the world of online marketing, it can be overwhelming, time-consuming, and confusing in a lot of places. Maybe you're unsure of which tools to use and how to use them in the way that's going to actually get you results. In one of our past real estate webinars, we polled attendees to learn more about their biggest struggles with online marketing. And here on the screen is the results of that poll. We found that most people in your area tend to struggle with getting clients or leads. In short, second respondents said using social media and engaging their audience to grow. And third was finding the best platforms to manage their online marketing. If any of you happen to miss that webinar, it was a while back, but we'll share a link in the chat window. But that webinar is really foundational. It's where we talk about all the foundational elements and the tools you should be using and how they can all be working together for your success. In order for you to be successful, your marketing efforts need to help you to accomplish all of these things. Getting more referrals, more repeat business, driving traffic to your listings, and getting those qualified leads, all while still managing your day-to-day. Online marketing, like I said, is really about using a variety of tools together and then also understanding where to best spend your time and energy. Whether you're just getting online for the first time or maybe you're looking for a new marketing tool, you need a platform that has all the tools you need in one place. Sync to the tools that you're already using and engagement reporting so you can start to learn what works and what doesn't. At Constant Contact, we make it easy for you to be successful with tools that are really important to real estate. We offer a suite of tools that are easy to use, plus we've got marketing advice that gets you where you need to be. More webinars beyond today, we've got FAQs, we've got tutorials, and we've got our wonderful blog where you can find advice like that. Now, today's webinar is not a demo, but it is all about the tools that are available in Constant Contact and how you can use them to drive real results for your work. Let's take a look at a quick video and just preview some of the tools that we're going to be talking about today.
You're just a few clicks away now. That's right, just a few clicks from diving into the Constant Contact marketing universe that will help you get real results for your business fast. At the center of it all is our results-driving email marketing with a drag-and-drop, one-and-done editor. All the tools, templates, and integrations to simplify how you create and send great-looking emails that stand out in the inbox and keep you engaged with your customers. But it's not just about creating emails, it's about results. So whether you're looking to grow your email list and connect with new customers, run A/B tests, or track performance, it's all right here. And of course, our email marketing comes loaded with automation features, because doing things manually is so 2020. Looking to go beyond the inbox? We thought so. We've got social media marketing tools to get the word out to your fans and prospects. And you can see your results all in one place. And if you don't have a website or aren't crazy about the one you've got, we have the tools to create a website you'll love and an online store that will help you sell more in no time. We're excited to have you join our family of customers, a proud group of hustlers and small business owners who are finding new ways to stay connected with their customers and drive more business every single day. And just like every Constant Contact customer, you'll get full access to our award-winning marketing advisors whenever you need a hand or just want some good old-fashioned advice. Ready to get to it? Nice. We are too. Now let's get started.
All right, so as you can see, we've got a whole host of online marketing tools that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about a majority of them that you saw in the video, as well as several others. So let's take a look at the agenda and see more specifically what we're talking about in today's webinar. We're going to first start by talking about the tools that you can use to get more leads. Then we'll dive in and talk about the tools to automate lead qualification and nurturing to save yourself time. Of course, increasing traffic to your listings. We'll talk about how to do that in Constant Contact. And last but not least, we'll talk about nurturing your client relationships to really drive referrals and repeat business, which are so important to you. Now, before we get into the details, allow me to more formally introduce myself. My name is Stephanie French, and I'm the content manager for webinars here at Constant Contact. I've been here for just over 11 years, so I'm well versed in email and online marketing tools. So let's go ahead and dive in. I want to go ahead and take a minute to run a poll, and I've got Rachel who's helping me behind the scenes. She just launched that poll on your screen. We'd really love to see who all is in the audience today, so I'd love it if you could provide us with some answers. This is going to be a check all apply scenario. So what online marketing tools are you already using? Go ahead and share your answers with us. It might be you're already using email automation, social media, or paid ads like Facebook, Instagram, or Google. Go ahead and share those results with us. All right, so I'm currently seeing 100% of you are using social media, which doesn't surprise me. 33% email, which surprises me a bit because I think as you'll find throughout today, it can and really should be playing more of a role for almost anyone in business or real estate anywhere. 25% of you so far are using email automation, and 50% of you are using paid ads, which is great because usually when we talk about paid ads, most people haven't really run paid ads before. So that is interesting. We'll give everyone just another minute or so to fill out the poll for us and tell us what you're already doing with your online marketing and some of these tools that you might already be using. Got 63% of you voted. If we can just get a few more of you to vote, we'll go ahead and close it. All right, Rachel, if you want to go ahead and close that for us and share the results on the screen, we can see. You can see how you all answered. It ended up with 60% of you using email, 20% saying you use email automation, 100% of you are using social media, and then 40% ended up being with ads. So let's go ahead and take that poll down. And let's dive in to talk about getting more leads and how you can use all of these different tools that were just in that poll. And really, it's not about using one or some of those tools. It's about using all of those tools together. So let's talk about getting more leads with Constant Contact. As a real estate agent, I know one of your biggest challenges, like you saw in the poll, and if I polled you again, you'd probably answer the most common is getting more leads. When someone is reaching out or searching for an agent or real estate services, they're likely to go online. They may run a search and they might find you on Zillow, they might find you on your website, they might find you on social media or a variety of these other places. All of these are really opportunities and places where you want to be collecting their information to get those new leads. Well, Facebook and Instagram ads are certainly a great way to generate new leads. You can create Facebook and Instagram lead ads for your location. A lead ad is something that's going to help you to grow your email list, and that has a lot of value in itself because it's not just driving one thing now, it's driving actions later on down the road too. So when it comes to designing a lead ad like this, we suggest, making sure it gets their attention. So you've got to also offer something of value in return for their email address because that's the whole goal of this ad. So you might consider offering a free property estimate, an educational guide, maybe it's a checklist for selling a home, or maybe you're even driving people to an educational event that we'll talk about here in a minute. Now for lead ads, people who click on your ad, that's what we see on the left here. When they do that, they're actually going to see this form, and that's where they're going to give you their email address. And creating an ad in Constant Contact, when you use this, their information is automatically going to sync into your Constant Contact account, which means you can continue on with these activities that we're going to talk about a little bit later and start communicating with them. Now, I know some of you are probably concerned with the use of social ads because of those laws regarding fair housing and credit advertising. Yes, there are some targeting limitations that really prevent you from targeting by age, gender, or zip code, but you still can target by some great interests and other categories as well. The thing is that those developments keep a lot of real estate agents from using social ads, but this also means that there's less competition for you and probably a bigger opportunity for you as well. At Constant Contact, we know that creating social media ads can seem confusing, especially if you've never done it before. We've actually streamlined the process for creating social media ads. So we've got our Facebook and Instagram lead ads, so easy to create. This is just a snapshot of what we see here on the screen. But these ads, they're great for growing your email list. Now, this tool makes it easy for you to manage everything right from within your account, especially when you start using all of these other tools we're talking about. You can even run an ad that drives people to your events. Events are such a great way to get in front of buyers and sellers and educate them all along the way. Really show them your expertise and why you're the agent they should be working with. So I want to share a few ideas for events that you might think about for your community to generate leads. It could be maybe a new home buyer seminar, a second home investment class, and then also for your events, we have this event management tool, and right here we see the registration page on the screen as an example. With the event management tool, you have a really effective way to capture and promote all of your event information. You can sell tickets to your event if you need to. You can sell items that pertain to your event right from that registration page. You're going to be able to track who's coming, who's not, and further promote your events. If you look at this screenshot example in the top left, you'll see that there's an event URL. You can take that and share it anywhere. I would suggest sharing it in your regular newsletters for anyone who's already on your email list, and then also on your social media so that you can further promote your events. It's super easy for you to create and manage all the details of your event, and even easier for your contacts to just register on their own whenever they see the link that you're sharing. There are tons of other ways that you can be collecting leads, and with Constant Contact, you can use a tool like this, or there's tons of other apps that you'll find as well. It's important to know that first and foremost, you want to make sure that your website is using some sort of sign-up form. This is a pop-up form. And it's important to know that anytime you're asking people to sign up, whether it's an ad, whether it's a form on your website, people are going to sign up for three main reasons. They want to get exclusive content, they want discounts and promotions, or they simply want to show their support for you. So when you're creating your forms, be sure to put whatever it is you choose to offer in exchange for their email address on that form. Don't just ask them to join our mailing list. That's not the most effective way. You've got to show them the value right up front. Now, this example that we see here on the screen is to create a pop-up form that you can add to your website. A pop-up form is something that can catch their attention at just the right time. Simply put together, like I said, something that's going to entice them to give their email address. You can change some colors to fit your branding, and then publish the form and simply add it to your website. And by the way, we can walk you through that. Now, another option is to create a lead generation landing page. This is a standalone page that you're going to be able to add your logo to, a bit of design, and add in some fields to collect the information that is relevant to you when you need to reach back out. When you publish this lead generation landing page, you're going to be able to share it in a variety of places and encourage people to join your list. One of my favorite ways to share this is to actually share the link on social media and encourage your followers to sign up. It could be in your social media profile, it could be a post. In a lot of cases, you can pin that post to the top of your page, or you can put it directly in your bio, or on Facebook. I really like the example for the call to action button at the top. You can take the link to your lead generation landing page and link to it right there and encourage people to sign up. Another option that's going to help you to get more leads, and I think is pretty cool, and a lot of our other customers find this to be pretty cool and fun, is text to join. Your leads are actually out there and they've already got their smartphone. It's right there, it's ready, it's right in their pocket. In your account, you can go in and you can set up a keyword and you'll get a phone number. You can then create a sign and you can post it anywhere. Think about posting that sign at your open houses or any physical events that you're running. Your potential clients will see that keyword and that phone number and text it in. They're going to get a message asking for their email address. They're going to reply with their email address, and then they're going to get a thank you message. It's really easy for you to set up and even easier to submit their information to you. All right, so now you've got some ideas for creating more leads. Let's talk about what happens after you start getting those leads. You're going to want to qualify those leads, and you're going to want to nurture them and actually turn them into your clients. Now, you can save time by automating so many types of messages that really help you to build relationships with your leads and your existing clients. This type of messaging really focuses on gaining instant credibility with them, identify who your hot leads are, and simply stay top of mind with them, especially for the people who are not going to be quite ready to take action yet. So you can do this by setting up a couple of types of automated emails. Now, the first part of automating some of this is to really just sync up with the tools that you're already using. We have integrations with all of these tools we see on the screen and so much more. Zillow, I know that's important to so many of you. Top Producer, Boomtown, and then we've got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter that you can sync up with as well. You'll find all of them and simply sync to them or set up the integration right from within your account. There'll be an integrations tab right at the top. Once you're collecting those leads or those email addresses and syncing with the integrations you're already using, that's when you're ready to start using email automation to nurture those people. Having those leads synced, you'll be able to set up certain triggers to send those lead nurture series of emails. So you might create a whole series of emails that covers some of the things we see here on the screen. You want to answer some of the questions they have. What is it that they want or they need to know about the process of buying or selling a home? And of course, you want to allow them to get to know, like, and trust you. They're new to you, so you want to share their expertise. You want to make them feel comfortable and earn their trust. So maybe that means you're sharing local market expertise, testimonials from your past clients, and of course, your contact information. And then, sometimes people struggle with, well, what do I really write about or put in my emails? Answer the questions that you typically get from your groups of buyers and sellers, like how to improve a credit rating, moving tips for a new buyer, and things like that. Now, with the email automation tool, this is what it looks like to get started setting things up. You can set up one or a whole series of emails that trigger once someone takes a desired action, like joining one of your email lists. You're going to be able to set up all of those different emails and choose a timing in between each, and add as many emails to a series as you need to really show your value and qualify these leads. These emails are going to automatically start sending one after the other after someone takes that desired action. And the nice thing is you're saving time because you can just set that up and forget it. Someone can become a lead for you tomorrow. They're going to get the information, or 5 months down the line, and they're going to receive all of that great information that you set up here. Now, along with that is you've got to think about segmenting your list and sending targeted relevant information. With anything in marketing, that's important, but especially when it comes to email marketing, sending relevant information is how you're going to get the best results. So, of course, you want to qualify your leads. You want to learn more about them to determine what type of content to send them or what type of buyer or seller they are to you. So you're likely going to want to have segments or groups of people. Maybe it's buyers versus sellers versus agents. Maybe it's based off of their purchase timeline. Maybe it's the type of property they're looking for. Maybe it's different price ranges, geography, or the community they're looking to buy in, or even life stage. Are they new home buyers or investment property buyers, retirement, things like that. Once you know how you want to segment or the groups you want to have, there are a variety of ways and tools that you can segment your list, especially in Constant Contact. For instance, you can use polls. If you look at this example here on the left, you can add one question to your email and then have people just select their answer right from the email itself, which is pretty cool. You can also use surveys, and of course you can create those in Constant Contact as well. A survey is when you want to link to it in an email, and it's going to allow you to ask multiple questions, which is really great to learn even more about them. Another way you can go about segmenting your list and learning about people is by adding links to helpful resources in your email. adding in links that apply to first-time home buyers, adding in, that retirement information, investment properties, etc. Where they click in your emails tells you so much about what it is they're interested in and what they're looking to do with you. And we also have some other segmentation tools that I'll talk about here in a minute as well, so that you can find those right groups, get them together, and start sending the relevant information. One of my favorite ways to segment in Constant Contact is by using this click segmentation tool that we see here. This really automates the segmentation process for you, and it's so easy for you to set up. When you're creating an email in your account, you're just going to go in, create a link, put in a URL of the page you're going to drive people to, and then check this box that says Enable Click Segmentation. That turns it on, and you'll need to choose which list of contacts you want them to be added to, and that's going to happen automatically when they click. It saves you so much time to set this up. It's kind of like a magic wand. This other tool here is called the Segments tool. There are so many ways that you can go about segmenting your list, and this gives you the ability to get really customized segments based on data and information that you have stored about them in your account. You could segment by their activity or lack thereof, if they belong to certain lists in your account, or any contact details that you have about them, a state, zip code, or maybe it's a custom question that you can have in there, and maybe it's how they answered that question. You can filter by that and create a segment with that information. The great thing about this is that this segment will be dynamic. It's going to be constantly updating with the people who continue to fit that criteria over time. Saves you a lot of time there as well. And the thing I really want to point out is once you've got your segments, make sure that you're continually sending relevant information, because that's ultimately going to help you to nurture those leads more effectively. All right, so I know another challenge for you is going to be driving traffic to your listings. And of course, you're going to want to make sure buyers and then your agent connections see all of your listings that are relevant to them as well. There are a variety of ways you can go about this, but we'll focus on two channels here, email and social media. They're so important for a lot of reasons, especially driving traffic to your listings. Of course, you're going to want to share the specific property information for different groups of buyers so that you can get your listings in front of the right people. That goes back to that segmenting that we were just talking about. Make sure you're sharing videos. I've seen some of our real estate agents in the pandemic and people wanting to feel safe and not having to contact anyone is doing a video walkthrough of a whole house. Make sure you're sharing key details if there's a price change. And then of course, open house information is great to share in email and social media as well. When it comes to email, you'll start out by coming to this template picker. You're going to find a lot of beautifully designed templates for real estate. You'll be able to choose welcome templates, property listings, open house templates, events, and then so much more. You can even start with more of a blank one or something that doesn't have so much a theme and really customize it to fit your needs. Now, another thing with this template picker, we don't see it in this example, but if we were to scroll up in a real account, at the top you would see an option for the branded template picker. That's where you can go in, you can enter in your website, and it starts to brand your template for you. Branding is so important in everything we're talking about today, and it just gives you a head start for branding your emails. Once you choose a template, you're going to be able to easily customize it. The editor is drag and drop. You can add in blocks from this left-hand side or any of these other elements that we see here. Just drag them into your template and customize it to fit your needs. You know, if you want to add in an element for a button or an image or a text block, or add in some spacing or headlines or different kinds of layouts that we would see down below. And then I want to mention anything that's already existing in a template, you can click and drag up, down, left, right, and just move things to get it exactly how you want and throw in your content and your information about your listings. Another cool thing that people are really loving these days is when you want to spruce up your template or even an image for an email campaign or a social media post or even an ad. We have an integration with Canva, which is what we see here, and it makes it so easy to create some fun, eye-catching visuals, really for any campaign we're talking about today. With Canva, if you're not familiar with it, you can add layers of different elements and text. And I think it's even got some animation type things that you can add in there as well, which is pretty cool. Now, when it comes to social media, we've got a social posting feature that allows you to save time by managing your social media all from one place. And that's what we see here. It's really easy to post and schedule messages. You can schedule them to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn through this tool. You'll be able to schedule your posts, which you can see at the top of the screenshot there. And another thing that's really cool is called variations. Right now you see undo variations on the screenshot. One thing we say all of the time is if you're on a whole bunch of social media channels, that can be great, but don't post the exact same thing on every single channel because every channel has its own personality and even the audience on those channels is going to be a bit different. So you can go in, customize the text if you need to add in some hashtags, change the images or whatever. What you want to do is you want to create a post with a general theme and simply modify it to suit each channel. Now, social ads can play a role here as well to drive traffic to your listings for Facebook and Instagram. In the ad example earlier, we were referring to what's called lead ads that help you to capture their attention. You also have the option to create ads that can directly drive traffic to your listings like what we see here. On the left is the ad, and then right to the right of that is what's called a custom landing page that you can create in Constant Contact. With a social ad like this, you're able to get in front of your potential buyers. You can target them based on the location, or maybe focus on interests like Zillow, Realtor.com, or if they're following content related to starter home or luxury home. You can really do a lot of things with the custom landing page like we see here, which is pretty cool. Add in all of your details, elements, a call to action if you wanted them to schedule a personal viewing or attend your open house. The custom landing page tool that I just talked about, this is what it looks like. It's very similar to creating an email campaign. And the great thing is it's going to be mobile responsive as well. So no matter where someone gets to your landing page from, an ad or a desktop computer or a mobile device, it's going to look great. You can create your landing page, really make sure you're focused on getting people to take an action, whatever it is, link to your social media ad. You could also you can share the link to it in an email campaign or share it on your social media pages as well. You have a lot of options. All right, so if you've got any questions, be sure to send those in. We're starting to get through the rest of this content today, and I just want to make sure we're answering any questions you have. So let's go ahead and move into our last section today. We know that your strongest leads come from word of mouth referrals from your past clients and your professional networks. So you need to do some activities that help you to stay top of mind and continue to build relationships with them. And you'll do that by sending helpful content via email and using social media. Again, these tools are working together. So these tools, email and social, they're really there to help you strengthen your relationship. Now, you can do this by sharing regular local market conditions and the changes that are happening, interest rate changes, anything that's a useful video. Videos are really great in email and social media. You could share content on home design or maintenance tips or reminders. You can even use these channels to share your holiday greetings, event save the dates and invitations, plus whatever else you can come up with. Now, when it comes to email marketing, I want to address a question that we typically get. I don't see it in there this time or as of yet. It's a pretty small group of you today, but is how much should I be sending? Frequency is really going to depend on your audience segments and who exactly you're sending to. One example for you that's really great is someone who's actively looking for a new home is probably okay with receiving more frequent emails than someone who's on your list but not actively looking to buy or sell, because unfortunately, at least for me, I can't buy a new house every single year. So there's going to be different things that apply and the frequency will be different. Now, email automation can certainly play a role here in helping you to nurture those relationships and just helping you to stay top of mind. Now, you might think of, again, back to your different groups of people, but one way you can nurture a relationship, for example, is with an anniversary email. And for this, you could use that for an automated welcome home communication after you make a sale. There's also automated birthday emails that you can use in Constant Contact, and simply collect that information or input the date that they bought their house so that the information or the emails can send in relation to that birthday or anniversary information. It's so easy for you to set up. And again, when it comes to anything with email automation, really make sure you're providing value. It's not just about selling yourself and letting them know about your services, but stay top of mind by providing ideas for home decoration, maintenance tips, reminders, anything that will help you to continue to build that relationship with them and something that they'll want to continue to read. Now, when it comes to driving referrals and repeat business, there are a few different activities you'll want to consider as well. You might think about sending a post-close thank you email that requests the reviews or referral from them. If you're asking for a review, you might ask them to leave a review on Google, Facebook, or even Zillow. Now, events can certainly play a role here too for driving referrals and repeat business. Think about fun things. This could be a whole event if you're bringing in an interior designer in your area. Maybe it's landscaping tips and maintenance, or just something fun for the whole family, like a movie night. So we've mentioned it throughout the webinar a few times, but you're going to get engagement reporting with everything that we're talking about today. So all this means you're going to be able to see results as soon as you send a campaign or you publish a page and people start interacting with it. When it comes to email marketing, you're going to be able to see opens and clicks and things like that, but especially for email, I want you to think beyond just those opens and clicks. That can be helpful, but there's some changes coming in the privacy world with Apple, especially in the next couple of months. But that can, you want to look for things. What are you actually asking them to do? Are you asking them to schedule an appointment with you, to book, sell with you? Are you asking them to schedule a showing with you? Look at those types of things, and that'll give you a more accurate as to how people are receiving all of your communications and all of your activities you're putting out there. With the engagement activity in your Constant Contact, you're going to be able to dive in. You'll be able to see like a click report for your emails and see who engaged with your content. And you can actually use that information to follow up with them. Maybe you want to follow up with a personal phone call or even a personal email and just ask them if they need any additional assistance. All right, so we've talked about all of the main tools that are really important for you in the real estate world. All of this can be accomplished in Constant Contact. We've got tools that make it so easy for you to stay in touch, stay top of mind with your audience, and simply get information out there and provide value to them. No matter what, you're going to be able to reach your potential, current, and even past clients, and you'll be putting your best foot forward because you'll be sending professional-looking communications. Again, some of these tools we've talked about, email campaigns, email automation, really save yourself time. There's our social posting feature that allows you to create those posts and schedule them to all of your different networks at once. There's online ads, events, surveys, and then some that we didn't get a chance to touch on today are our Google Ads tool, website, and a lot more. All of it really is going to save you time when you're syncing up with the tools that you're already using. So again, don't forget we've got those great integrations with the main ones, Zillow, Zapier, which connects to hundreds of other tools out there. Now, before we get to Q&A, I just want to talk about packages and pricing. We have a couple of different packages that are available for you to choose from. All the tools we've discussed today, some of the bigger tools like automation, they're all going to be in the Email Plus package. That one starts at $45 a month. Both of these packages, though, the price is based on the number of active contacts in your account. So it starts out in a tier of 0 to 500. So if you have 0 to 500 email addresses, that would be your pricing. We have Rachel who's helping behind the scenes, and she's going to share a link in the chat window if you'd like to learn more. Some of these other cool features we've talked about today, like click segmentation, those are also available in the email package, but you can see a full breakdown on that pricing page. Now, I want to let you know that we are always here to help you. We've got tons of helpful resources so you can get the most out of your online marketing efforts. We've got our blog at blogs.constantcontact.com. We've got tons of free webinars that I'm constantly working on. And then we've got our support team as well as our paid services so that you can get the customized level of help that you need when you need it. Now, I would say if you haven't already, you can start a free trial. We'll share a link in the chat window as well. And we'll go ahead and get to any questions that have come in. Before that, one note is when you leave the session today, a survey is going to pop up on your screen, and I'd really love it if you just take a minute or two to answer a few simple questions and let us know what you thought about the webinar today. All right, so go ahead and make sure you're sending in those questions for me so that we can get those answered. All right, let me move some stuff out of the way here. All right, how many emails do you recommend to be included in an automated series? This can really depend on who you're talking to and what the case may be, or what the goal is. But usually we suggest, somewhere around 3 is usually what we suggest, especially for welcoming new contacts. You want to welcome them. You want to maybe invite them to connect with you and maybe have a phone call with you so you can understand their needs or something like that. And then maybe in that last email, you could provide some additional information on what you've learned from them. Maybe it's information for a buyer on buying their first home. That's a really great question, but usually somewhere around there, but it's really up to you and what you're looking to accomplish. We have customers who do as little as 1, and I know many do far more than that. All right, so this next question is, do Facebook ads really work for real estate? Are they worth it? That is a great question. Yes, real estate professionals who've used Constant Contact, we have them using the Facebook ads tool. We know, we've done some research and analysis, and we know that they've achieved an average of 44 new leads per ad. And the average cost per lead is $2.44, which in today's world, that seems pretty darn good. So you can definitely see some great results. Now, the thing with ads and really online marketing in general is don't just do something once. Once you start getting the reporting, especially for ads, you're going to start to learn what worked and what didn't. So maybe you can run multiple ads side by side and see which performed better. Maybe you need to change the headline of that ad, or maybe try a different image so that you can test and see if you can improve the results for that ad. Great question there. This next one says, I'm using video to promote my listings. Can I share a video tour of a property in an email? Yes, you can. You can share, upload your video to YouTube, or is it Vimeo, Rachel? I know you're behind the scenes, but I think it's Vimeo and YouTube. And then you can take that link, and when you go into the email editor, you'll be able to add in an option for a video, and then just put in that link in there. It'll add in a nice still shot of your video, and people will be able to click to watch it. Great question there. All right, so this next one says, how often should I be posting on social media, and what's the best social media platform for reaching buyers? So the thing with social media is I want to stress is sometimes we see agents or anyone in business try to do too much. They think they should be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and so much more. And what you end up doing there is you end up kind of stretching yourself a little too thin, trying to keep up with all of the engagements, all of the questions you're getting on all of those channels. So I would suggest starting with a platform that, one, is going to help you to reach your goals. Probably Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is one of the bigger ones. It's very common. I know in my personal feed, I'm actually seeing tons of real estate information in there and property listings. So I know that I'm seeing it, and I know tons of other people have to be seeing it as they're spending time on there as well. Instagram is that really visual platform, so that one would definitely be great as well. So I would suggest either one of those. It would be really good. And then the other part of that question, which was, how often should I be posting on social media? This is going back to what I was saying about not spreading yourself too thin. You know, some experts will say you need to be posting one time a day or even multiple times a day, depending on the platform. But really, don't just focus so much about quantity, focus on quality. Make sure you're putting quality information out there and not just, doing something because an expert tells you you need to post 3 times a day. If you can, try to do at least once a day and make sure it's valuable information. So, great question. All right. Go ahead and send us any other final questions that come in here. I think that's all of them for now, so I'll hang on for just another couple of minutes and see if y'all have any questions. All right, so I think we've got all the questions today. Let me just scroll in here real quick. Yep, it looks like we've got them all. So with that, it looks like we are ending a bit early, which is great. Have some productive time back in your day. I do want to thank you all for attending our webinar today. And Rachel, thank you so much for helping out behind the scenes with our questions and sending them over to me. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Look for the link to the recording most likely by the end of today, but by the end of tomorrow at the very latest. And if you happen to miss any of the links to the resources we shared, we will also include those in the follow-up email. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye now.